All right, Urza Master fans, Compaq Presario restoration time. Started out by getting a little 1x block here just to get a kind of a rough size of the scope we're going to need to look at here. The biggest thing is the outer portion of this chassis is actually just a sleeve, so I can't just pound all of this straight out from inside. I actually have to correct this part of it so that the inner part fits into these little holes. That's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I already started to kind of pound out the hump over here, and it's starting to come out pretty good. So I think we're going to have some success. Let's get back to pounding and see what we find. All right, well, after finding some wood that fit in between the chassis innard and the outer, was able to get this pretty well straightened up. You can see the far side there's still got a little bit of a hump to it. I'm trying to zoom in on it here, but yeah, not terrible. I think it's definitely workable. It's just a matter of kind of getting this little back panel to fit, which it's pretty darn close already. So once that's in there, it should be just fine. I think we might have to just straighten out that edge there a little bit, which is kind of tough because it's a pretty weak spot. But overall, this is going to turn out just fine, and I think we'll be able to, hopefully, get this case pretty much restored, at least on the inner piece. The next piece we'll have to work on is the outer. This one was definitely worse than the inner. And that's going to be the next bear to tackle here. It's got some other minor dents, but this is really the big one that's going to be the tough challenge. All right, here's the after of repairing the inner chassis. Got all the electronics pulled off so we can get this washed. You can see it's not perfect, but it's pretty close to what it should look like, and I was able to get that hump here pretty close to where it should be. But again, it's good enough. It's not going to be exactly perfect, but I think it's going to look just fine, especially once this cleans up. This is going to have a nice look to a nice bit of patina. The real question is going to be, do we sand this down and paint it, or do we just kind of leave it as is? I think I'm going to probably leave the inner as is, because I think we'll do some painting on the outside of the outer. But the real question now is, can we get in here to even pound this out without causing too much more damage? And we'll have to see if we can make some feet or find some feet that'll fit on the bottom after that. But I think it's going to come out just fine. And then it's just a matter of cleaning up this rust. Should come out okay. And then getting a little bit of a coat of paint on it just to seal it up good. I'm going to try and keep the painting as much to a minimum as I can, because I don't think I'm going to be able to really get a good silver match. But as you can see, the bottom is not painted, only the sides are, so I might just repaint the whole thing if it comes down to it. But the biggest thing is, I love that it's got this original sticker on it. It tells us exactly what it is. I'm not really familiar with the Agency Series CM0900. If anybody knows anything about that, drop me a comment there. But let's get into this, see how much we can pound out at first go. Okay, so we've done a little pounding so far. You can still see got a pretty nasty crease all the way along. The hump here, though, I was able to get pretty flat, so that's good. And I wasn't compromising too much of it. It's going to be hard to get inside here to get this hump out all the way, but I'm going to try and get it as flat as possible. And it's pretty thin metal, so it should work out okay. I might try and work the heat gun across it just to see if it'll relax a little on its own. On this side, I took a screwdriver just to gauge the gap here, and I was able to get this a little bit more straight, but you can see there's still an ever so slight hump here as well. That one's going to be tricky because I don't have any kind of material to get in here that's going to be this exact thickness to kind of act as a shield, so to speak. So I'm going to start by, I think we're going to just try and heat this up a little just to see if it'll relax on its own, and then go from there. And I know you're all thinking, well, can you show us what you're doing? I really can't. Working with a cell phone to do these videos, and I don't have a great stand, but I might try and set one up just because the heat gun might be something I can kind of just fixed angle, and we'll just see if we get any kind of action in terms of relaxing this metal at all. And I'm hoping that maybe if I get a block of wood in behind it, I might be able to kind of use that and just sort of beat this thing back into shape from the outside.